Hey, it's me, Nalthazar, and welcome to another Magic Puzzle Quest video. I'm finally back in town from all my summer travels, and so I thought this would probably be the best card to make a video on out the gate to kickstart a bunch of videos. So, let's get into it. Today, I'm going to be taking a look at this beautiful black masterpiece right over here. Absolutely gorgeous art and an even cooler ability, somehow. It's an 18 mana spell, it's got flash, it's black, and reads return all outlaw and mount cards from your graveyard to the battlefield under your control. Then your opponent's going to lose life and you're going to gain life equal to the total power of creatures you control. If you were not aware, outlaws, assuming the card wants to let me, are assassins, rogues, pirates, warlocks, and mercenaries. Any creature that has one of those subtypes is going to be an outlaw. And then also mounts. Now, Back in Town is going to want to bring a whole bunch of things back from the graveyard to the battlefield. And so as a result, Back in Town is best going to be paired with cards and or walkers that are going to throw a whole bunch of things in your graveyard. If you want to really maximize Back in Town, you want to pair Back in Town probably with a Planeswalker that is going to mill cards from the library, along with cards that are going to mill cards from the library as well. So some of my favorite cards to run with Back in Town are going to be things like Breach the Multiverse. Breach the Multiverse is going to throw a whole bunch of cards in the graveyard. It's going to throw 10 into the graveyard specifically. It's then going to bring things back from the graveyard from both yours and your opponent's graveyard, which is really, really nifty. So you're going to throw things away, you're going to bring things back, and that's going to be a whole bunch of goodness. In terms of other things that go really well, I personally really like playing Back in Town with Liliana Untouched by Death. The first ability is very reasonably costed at 6 loyalty. It's actually the only ability you're ever going to use with this Planeswalker. And then you're going to destroy the top 8 cards of your library, and your opponent's going to lose life equal for each zombie destroyed this way. There will be no zombies in the deck. It's going to be irrelevant. Don't even worry about it. It's all about destroying those 8 cards from your library. Ideally, what you're going to do is you're just going to throw a whole bunch of cards away so that you can then play Back in Town and bring a bunch of stuff back. Now, in terms of outlaws and mounts, there's one outlaw in particular that's really important with Back in Town, and that outlaw is Akul the Unrepentant. Akul is a 13 mana 7/7. You can entirely disregard the entire top portion of Akul's text. It's pointless, basically. Not actually, but kind of. And then it reads, when a creature enters the battlefield under your control, reinforce that creature. That means that for everything that you bring back with Back in Town, you're going to wind up doubling that thing's power because of Akul doubling it by reinforcing it. And then on top of that, you're going to make it so you're doubling the damage that Back in Town's going to do in a way, because then as everything's coming back doubled, Back in Town does damage equal to the power of the creatures you have on the battlefield, and that's going to do a ton of damage. I think that my record for just this little silly shenanigans deck is like 253 damage, something like that, from Back in Town. And that's not even factoring in that you can then attack. Kind of a cool tech tip on the thought while I've got this here about Back in Town is that since Back in Town has flash over here, it's before your opponent's creatures attack. If it's disabled, you may cast it. You can actually just hold Back in Town in your hand, disabled, and then your opponent makes their match. And then before their creatures attack, but after they would play spells that would destroy your stuff, you can then have Back in Town bring everything back and then do damage to your opponent. And then on your turn, your creatures kind of get to freely attack your opponent without them being able to remove them. So just a fun little tech tip that you can use with Back in Town if you want. Back to the outlaws though. So Akul the Unrepentant is by far the best that you can run with it. However, some other things that are going to pair really well with it are going to be things like Felix 5 Boots, which is going to make it so that whenever a creature you control damages your opponent, you get a copy of that creature in your hand with full mana. This, with Akul, is going to make it so that even if you don't get Back in Town, you can still wind up killing your opponent because you're going to get a whole bunch of free creatures, and those creatures are all going to come out doubled, which is huge. Now, the other thing that's really good with this is the Gitrog Ravenous Ride. You'll see that based on the experience that I have on this card, I happened to think before I played this deck that this card was complete and utter rubbish, garbage, trash, but it's actually amazing in this deck. I'll need to test this out with some other things. Gaussmaster and Mainloop were kind of making fun of me for not playing with this card in our little Discord channel together, And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to play this and shut them up. And I'm the one who had to shut up, except that I was then vocalizing how amazing this is. So thank you, Gauze. Thank you, Main Loop. If you guys are watching this video and you haven't checked out their YouTube channels, you absolutely should. On YouTube, it's Gauzemaster and Main Loop. I believe that I've got them as like things that I've got like attached to my channel, so you can go ahead and find them there. Really, really, really good creators. You should check them out. Anyways, the Gitrog Ravenous Ride is a 15 mana 6/5 haste trample legendary saddle creature. Saddle means that you need to have a creature out on the battlefield that's got at least 3 power. And so you'll see that the Gitrog Ravenous Ride has saddle 3, making it so at the beginning of combat, if there's another creature with power 3 or more, it becomes saddled. When this thing is saddled, ooh man, this game is just being mean to me today. When it's saddled, you may destroy a creature you control to draw cards and convert gems to one of that card's colors equal to that creature's power. So the Gitrog Ravenous Ride is not entirely working properly right now at the time of my recording this video. If you sacrifice something, it converts it to gems of all of its colors as opposed to one of its colors. So it should be doing that. It's not quite doing that, but it should be doing that. Anywho, the point of this is that it's going to make this deck a heck of a lot more consistent. Because if you wind up using Breach the Multiverse to bring things back, you get something of yours back and something of your opponent's. So you can get Gitrog for you, and then you can get one of your opponent's creatures, and then sacrifice that creature, get a whole bunch of cards, and convert gems, which is going to get you a whole bunch of mana, and it's going to help get you to that back in town a lot quicker. Might even get you more Breach the Multiverses, and that will help you a lot as well. So you get this really cool play loop that you're going to wind up seeing in the deck that's really nice. The Gitrog Ravenous Ride having a 6/5 body is also pretty nice, given that our outlaws for the most part are pretty weak on the power toughness scale. And so this is going to make it so that we're able to ramp up our power higher so that the back in town is going to kill our opponent. Everything else that you'll see in the deck here is fluff, where you can swap things around for whatever you want. We've got things like Cryptex and Leyline of the Guild Pact. These are going to go ahead and convert a whole bunch of gems to us to black. Liliana has got a +7 to the black bonus, so this is going to make it so that we can play a whole bunch of cards. I run the Kami War because this gives me a way of killing stuff of my opponents, and then it also sometimes gives me this 6/6 dragon token, the Okagachi Made Manifest, which I can then sacrifice with Gitrog to draw 6 cards and then convert 6 gems. I don't love the conversion on this right now because it converts it to any of the 5 colors, which is bad news bears. But when it does get fixed, it's going to get even better. I've got Pyromancer's Goggles in the deck. This just makes the deck a little bit more consistent. Given that I don't have too many spells in the deck, I've really just got Coalition Victory, Breach the Multiverse, and Back in Town. It's going to help us get to the goodies faster and then splat our opponent faster. Coalition Victory's in this deck because I throw it in basically every deck that I run now. This card is absolutely insane. I've already mastered it, and it's a masterpiece. If that doesn't show you how incredible I think this card is, nothing does. I'm going to make a video on it, though, because, yeah, this is absolutely insane. Also, this totally looks like the actor for The Mandalorian, and I am sadly forgetting his name right now, Pedro Pascal. So, of course, if we've got an opportunity to use Pedro Pascal, his bovine friend, and whoever this hottie is, then cool, you know, we'll take it. Anyways, that's the deck in a nutshell. It's really, really cool. Do you need Felix? No. Do you need Gitrog? No. Do they make the deck more comfortable, more reliable, more consistent? Yes, absolutely. So if you want to run like the perfect version of the deck, you want those 3 in there. If you want to run some other version of the deck because you're running off of what you have, don't worry, it will still work out really well. I've tried many variations of this and it works. Anywho, that's enough of me talking. We're at minute almost 9 of the video and you haven't gotten to see gameplay yet. So let's go ahead and check out gameplay. My first opponent wants to McDagger me. I don't know that I like that. Error, something went wrong. The game servers have been down today. There's been a lot of errors. So, anywho, let's check out what we got here. Well, this is beautiful. I love this. We've got a Coalition Victory, and another Akul. I kind of want to just charge up the Coalition Victory in case my opponent plays some kind of naughty Nelly card, and then save the Akuls for other stuff. So let's do that. Let's see if I can get some kind of really cool cascade going here, where I could actually play the Coalition Victory turn 1 with enough spree to make it cool. I think the answer to that is yes, I can. So let's do that. No, this is not intended to be a video on Coalition Victory, but it kind of shines in any deck right now. My opponent destroyed it. Good for them. Forcing me to make the video about back in town instead of coalition victory. Thank you so much for doing that. I'm really grateful that you did that for me. Psst, McDagger, I ask you. They just aren't in for the content, guys. I think that's what it is. They're not in for the content. Well, I'm in for a 5 match, even though that might take away my ability to get a black match, which is suboptimal. But I still get a black match anyways. Okay, we'll take that. Oh, we're going to get a lot of black matches. Okay, I could actually cast back in town here. So let's go ahead and just throw those away so we can see what we've got here. We've got 2 creatures in the graveyard. Not nearly enough. It's still pretty early in the game, though, so I don't mind that. I'm going to go ahead, play a cool, and then see what my opponent wants to do. My opponent wants to do nothing, because of course they do. And then, ooh, Breach the Multiverse. Okay, we're going to be able to make this real fast. We're going to be able to make this real fast. We're up to 4 creatures in there. Okay, so once Breach of the Multiverse goes off, I'm just going to go ahead and have fun. I think that's what the world is trying to tell me. It's trying to tell me, Michael, have fun. All right, so I'm giving my opponent a black match. That is not fun. That's bad. Very bad news bears. They get a Cryptex. Also bad. I don't mind too much. It's just bad. I've got a 5 match, though. Okay, we get to end the game this turn, right? That's how this works? That's definitely how this works, because I've got a black match somewhere, right? No? I fail at life? Okay. I really do. But that's okay. Let's save it for next turn, shall we, boys and girls and non-binary pals and all my friends that are watching this? Okay, yep, we're going to save this. We're going to do this the slow way. Are we going to get anything good? No, we're going to give my opponent black matches. Great. Okay. They get to play a bunch of things. Does not matter. Another cool thing about this deck. Your opponent kills your stuff. That's actually bad for them. It doesn't matter at all, because we're going to get it all back. I didn't want to destroy that because I had this 5 match down here. Did not want to destroy all the black gems. Yes, I would have gotten good stuff for it. Yes, that would have been fun. No, I don't want that to happen yet. I expect that Vraska's going to die this turn. So I'm going to Breach the Multiverse. I get to pick something to bring back. I suppose I really should have played a cool first. Oh, my opponent's got a cool. Big mistake. I mean, it makes sense. Honestly, it makes sense. But it's also a big mistake. So here, we're going to go ahead and we're going to cast our very first... Oh yeah, this is going to be game over for sure. We're gonna cast Back in Town. So here you're going to get to see we bring back a whole bunch of creatures. They're all going to be doubled. The Gitrog monster is going to be with haste anyway, so this is very over. The Vraska, okay, yeah, we're well over 100 damage here. Vraska, I'm not sorry, even remotely. Goodbye. Okay, game over. So you were the one that got daggered, buddy, not me. Blah. Fun deck, though. So anyways, that's first game of Back in Town. Really, really strong. Let's check out our number. 163. Yeah, no Planeswalkers surviving that. Let's move on to another game. I can play this deck all day. Honestly, I've been playing it kind of all day. Something went wrong. Shocking. Really? Okay, we're going to try this again. Gotta go fast. No. Okay, I know. There's so many things wrong right now. Yes. Yes, everything is wrong. Yes, I know. Rocket. Okay, you would think that playing against Liliana the Veil would be bad for this deck, but really it's not. It's not. At least if you get the right cards. And I got it Back in Town. That counts as being one of the right cards. Let's see. As for swaps and gem matches and all that kind of goodness, yeah, I'm going to take black into green because that gets me 3 matches at least. And that might get me closer to my first ability, which I'd really like to get going as quickly as possible. Cool. There's the first ability. And then, oh man, I've got another Back in Town. I've got 2 of them. What do I have in the graveyard? Felix? Sure. I'll play a Back in Town. Why not? I get a free Back in Town. It's going to bring me a Felix back. So in this case, I'm not doing this for damage. I'm just doing it to get a free Felix because why not? You can get some really nice tempo with this. You're going to destroy my Cryptex. Okay. That was absolutely devastating. How dare you do this to me? No, I honestly don't care. Like, not even a little bit. I mean, I do a little bit, I guess, because the extra conversion would have been sweet. But this is going to be a really, really fast game, I think. My opponent's not going to love this. Unless they play heavy removal. Heavy removal could happen. I am against a black deck. It is Liliana of the Veil. You never know. but I'm guessing that I'm in a pretty safe place here. So let's fill the graves. Let's see, do I have any good matches that I can make? I do. Do I have any creatures in the graveyard? I have one. That's it? Man, I'm throwing so many things in the graveyard, and I'm getting, like, no creatures out of this. You know, it's still going to kill my opponent this turn, so let's just take the win. Let's just take the win, move on to the next game. This game was really, really fast. This one, we really don't care what comes back. It's going to kill my opponent perfectly for 48 damage. And yeah, so that's a situation where it was just serving as tempo. Something is going very, very wrong. Yes, I know. They just served as like a tempo maker to just get out my stuff. There, I went through a whole bunch of cards, right? Like my graveyard was building up and building up. I just wasn't throwing away very many creatures. You'll find, though, that with Akul and with Felix, if you don't wind up getting that many things in your graveyard, it really doesn't matter. So I feel like I should almost rename this video the MTGPQ experience, right? Like, just with all these error messages I'm getting, this just feels so much like this game right now. I'm getting this really silly nostalgic feeling, even though I shouldn't be. Anyways, okay. So here we got Leyline, Breach, and okay, this is fantastic. You know, when I've been playing this deck, because I've been playing this deck a ton since I've been out of town, a lot this summer. But since I started picking this deck up, I was like, all right, I'm not getting all the individual pieces as often as I want them to be sometimes. And then the Gitrog totally solved that problem. But I'm just finding it really amusing that here, as I sit down to record, I'm all of a sudden getting all the pieces that I want really, really quickly. Usually it's the opposite. I sit down to record, and then the game decides to be a massive pain in my rear. But this time, I'll take it. Oh, speaking of I'll take it, this is a great match right here. I get a double match. And then I get the Leyline down, which is fantastic. So this is going to start converting 6 gems to black per turn for me. And then with my insane mana bonus here, that's gonna be really, really good. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna filter away all these. I've got 4 creatures in my graveyard from that alone already. Well, that's just fantastic. That's spiffing right there. I love to see that. Okay, well, this is gonna be a really fast game then, guys. So let's do blue into. That really is tempting, but I don't want to lose the black matches. So I'm gonna take the black matches here and hope that I can get the goggles down. Well, thank you. Let's take a cool out first. Ooh, I could get the Gitrog out first though. A cool out first might make sense. You know what? Let's get Gitrog because I'm guessing I'll get something from my opponent. I didn't get anything from Liliana. You know what? Kudos to you for playing the game the way Liliana's supposed to play the game. No creatures, all kill. Okay. Well, I say kudos to them, but really I'm actually kind of disappointed inside. Not really, but just a little bit, you know? All right, how many creatures are in my grave? 6. I mean, this could be a really good turn to play. I've got 2 back in towns, don't I? Yeah, I do. Let's play one. Oh, I actually. Okay. Let's play just one of the back in towns here, shall we? We're gonna get some good stuff. Let's see if we can get some super good stuff though. So we're gonna play back in town. This is not me fishing for like the world's biggest back in town. This is just me fishing for whappy my opponent zappy. Okay, yep, nope, I win this turn anyways. Oh no, I don't, because I don't get another Gitrog. Okay, well I'll take a cool. Does my opponent have anything? Shieldred? Pass. Hard pass. I get to destroy something, draw cards, and sure, I don't need you. Felix, I want cards, because I'm going to get you back next turn anyways. So why not? Okay, we're going to back in town here again. So that's going to convert gems. We've got a 5er over here. Let's see. I just want to see how much damage I do this round with my back in town. Let's toss some stuff. Don't need Coalition Victory here. I've already won the game. Let's fill the grave. No, my opponent's going to die. Okay, well, that's one way of doing it. Goodbye, Wild Rat. We tried. All right, maybe for game 4 here, because I'm just planning to do the 4 games. Maybe for game 4, what I'll do is I will go for a quick match. No, big match. Yes, big boom. Big boom. Although I did 163, I think, game 1, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I did 163 game 1. That's pretty good for Big Boom, right? Well, we'll try it. We'll see if we can get one more Big Boom. So instead of me playing it as like a tempo card to just win, by the way, I'm at like 11 minutes of gameplay, including all the errors that we've gotten, and I've already won 3 matches. This deck is really fast, like really fast. So if you're wanting a quick deck, this is a good deck to play. Very, very good deck. All right, let's see. My opponent is Domri. So since my opponent is Domri, I've got a choice of getting rid of red or blue. Let's get rid of red so that my opponent doesn't get red. They're going to red me like a book. Terrible. Why would you say that, Michael? Good Lord. All right, keep playing the game. Let's go. I could get a black match off of this. Let's try and get a black match. Cascade. Nope, no Cascade. Don't take it. Thank you. I don't care. You do you. You give me my match. Ooh. I have a match that I want, but I'm going to do this anyways. Okay. Well, I tried, guys. I tried. Okay? I did it. I did it for the content. I did it for the content. And then the game decided, no, you're going to get an okay match, but you're not going to get the great match that you wanted, that you deserved, that you should get because you're trying. So, all right, we're going to throw things into the graveyard. We're going to filter down to just creatures. All right, we got, 3 creatures in the graveyard? Fine. And then we're going to get more creatures here. There we go. That's what we wanted. Okay, so here I get to pick. I'm going to take Gitrog here. Because, you're giving, hello? Yes, please? I'll take a free Atraxa. Thank you. I'm going to kill your Atraxa now because I'm a good person and good people kill Atraxas. And here you'll see the bug with Gitrog. I should have gotten 7 converted to 1 color instead of all that to the 3 colors. So that's where sacrificing to that was not great, but it's okay. It's going to be okay. I'm going to be okay. We're going to be okay. This will be okay. It'll be great. We'll be fine. Okay. I'm just telling myself that. It helps. It does. It really does. You should try it sometimes if you have a problem with that. Okay. Let's do this. Honestly, though, telling yourself that things are okay helps make things feel okay. Here, what we're going to do is I'm actually going to sacrifice. I'm going to play. Oh, yes. I like this. Hold on. I'm reveling in this match that I'm about to make, which I shouldn't be. I should just make the thing, right? Blue into loyalty. The black's going to drop down. This is going to drop down. And this could be a 5 match on the Cascade. So I don't want to play you. I do want to play you, though. I'm going to get a whole bunch of matches out of this. Yep, there's the 5 match. I'm only at 3. Oh, well. That's fine. I'm going to get another spell out of this anyways, because I've got the activated gem. My opponent's stuff is all gone. How many creatures? 8. I like that. Can I throw away more? No, I can't. I would like to throw away more. All right, let's take this. Let's hope that we get a Breach of the Multiverse and not... There we go. That's what we're talking about. That's the good stuff. Okay, so now we just need to get 1 turn. 1 turn of the good thing. So here what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead, destroy all the Akuls. Get me a back in town. Perfect. We like that. That's going to convert a whole bunch of gems, which is good. Remember, I can just bring them all back anyways. So this is good. I'm hoping I still have a... No, you know what? Actually, I don't care if you kill the Gitrog monster. Go for it. Kill the Gitrog monster. Kill it. Sure. You destroying my supports, I don't love, though. Gonna be honest, that was not my favorite move of all time. It's okay. Just keep telling yourself that, Michael. It's okay. What we're gonna do is we're gonna try and get back in town off here. Can I get back in town off? How many creatures are in my graveyard? 11. There we go. More? 14. Okay. Okay, this is good. This is really good. We're gonna have a big one this game. Like, we're gonna have a big one this game. Okay. How can we make this the biggest that big is gonna big? I don't know. It's not going to be this turn, is it? No, it's not, Michael. You're going to have to try harder, buddy. All right. Thanks, Kermit, you devilish bastard. All right, let's do... We're going to get rid of this thing right here. That thing's going to go. It's got to go. It's got to go. Although this as a chain reaction could be cool. This into nothing. No, it's not cool. I take that back. I wanted it to be cool. But it wasn't. It didn't want to be cool. I wanted it to be cool. It didn't want to be cool. That's not a me thing. That's an it thing. Let's do the landfall, just because that's going to get rid of my opponent's Animist's Awakening, and I like the sound of getting rid of that. And then this next turn is going to be lovely. What are you going to do here? You're going to get 2 creatures? Don't care. You want to kill my stuff? Please, by all means. I don't care. You can destroy my stuff. Kroxa, yep. Atraxa, cool. Demolish. That wasn't the stuff I meant to destroy, please. So, yeah, you know what? Here. Karmic Justice. Yeah. Take this. All your gems belong to no one now. All right, there we go. This is going to be huge. This is going to be real huge. I'm excited to see the number at the end of this one, because I got 19 creatures in the graveyard. Yeah, okay. This, chef's kiss. All right. This is where, if I could, I'd play like some kind of Scottish bagpipe music for the end of Domri, because Domri is not coming back from this. Honestly, nothing is coming back from this. Okay, goodbye, Steph. All right, back in town. You want to give me a cool first? It was spicy. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, this is going to be good. 7. This is going to be my new record. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 out of 19, I think. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and just 18. And maybe I miscounted. I'm tired. I've got little kids. They wake me up. What can I say? I know exactly what I can say. I'm going to say whatever this battle log says it is. Hold on. Wait. Oh, so close. It was not the record. I don't think it was. But that was still really good. 238 damage. And that's not factoring in. That means that I had 238 power and creatures out. That means that when they attacked, they were going to hit for another 238. In fairness, the Akul didn't have haste, so that thing wasn't attacking. But Gitrog and the Felix were going to attack. Those things made up more than 100 power. That was going to be over 300 damage. Big damage that turn. So, honestly, right now, this is my favorite deck in the game to play. I'm having so much fun playing with this. I can only imagine that as we get more mill-based planeswalkers, that this deck is just going to become even more effective. I don't know if we have any on the horizon. I'll let Gauze share that when he makes a video in the near future, I'm sure, on something like that. But anyways, this has been really fun. I love this deck. I love that I get to showcase this for you. If you wind up trying this deck, or if you have a different version of the deck that you're playing where you're using Back in Town, please share it with me. I want all the Back in Town decks. I love this card. I think next maybe I'll just have to showcase my Caught in the Crossfire deck. We'll see. I made a really fun Caught in the Crossfire deck as well. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. This is about Back in Town. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. I'll see you in the next one.